rounds that we've had for anyone that's seen one before. Now, to begin with, there are 3 rounds. The first 2 rounds each last 20 minutes. There are 6 people in those rounds that get to paint for those 20 minutes. During that time, you're going to walk around in this direction so everybody gets a chance to see all the art during that first and second round. Now, you are going to vote in those rounds. It is usually 20 minutes, but because this is the finals, that's going to be 30 minutes and on a black canvas. At the end of that 3rd round, you guys are going to vote on who wins a cash prize at the end of the round and who wins the Northern California Regionals and goes on from here. Now, that is how we're going to go this evening. Make sure you have that link. You'll be able to vote on the art. You'll be able to bid on the art. Your bids help support local artists. If you win a piece of art, please stick around at the end of the night to take that art home tonight. Otherwise, it becomes a giant pain in the ass for everybody concerned. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic over to our MC and savior this evening, the highly distracted Michael Anthony.
Tis true. Ellis, big round of applause. He held us down for so many years. I love you, brother. Do well. Who knows what the fuck he's gonna do in Helsinki? Some dirty shit. I'm telling you. Okay, guys, are you ready to meet your round 1 artists? Yes? These are the best in the West, guys. They were killing it all fucking year, so there is not a loser among them. They're all winners in our book, but now it's time for the big tamale. Our first artist. She's got a whole description here. Uses terms colorful, whimsical, organic, and playful to describe her paintings, balancing on a tightrope of what is real and what is imagined. Can you please give it up for Melissa Chachanya? Let a dream boat. We love you. Rock the hell out of this girl. This lady is super passionate. She loves enhancing the world we live in, from mythical creatures and characters to conceptual products, whatever form of creation that may apply and expand the experience of our lives. I think you all know who she is. Give it up for Mona. Mona coming out here. Mona Ferracci. Mona, where are you? She's already out there? I don't know where she's hiding. She's always outside. Jeez, Mona. Nope, right here. First round. Well, she's out of her mind. She's round 1. Okay, next. This artist is a muralist who focuses on social and environmental issues, politics, identity, and vulnerability. Anthony Jimenez. I'm just reading on what I see up here. It might not be. Well, let's bring out Yoon then. I can see his name. Yoon, come on out. This artist returns to another art battle. In his art, he tries to offer a new perspective on current events and to reflect by thinking outside the box. He paints, draws, sculpts, and plays music. We love him very much. Our boy, Hash. Come on out, buddy. Jason describes his work as ranging from cute to macabre, with an ever-present twist of friendly awkwardness and repugnant humor. Let's give it up for my man, not from Australia, definitely from New York, Jason Wozniak! Nail it. Next one. This artist believes yin and yang is the basis of her visual language, representing passion and calmness. The contrast creates balance and tension, often represented through warm and cool colors. Let's give it up for Yijun Yi. Yijun! Jun's already up there. I think we have Vanessa. Of Venezuelan descent and hailing from the SF area, Ghana is public walls vibrant with life with their iconic pictorial imagery, bold aesthetics, bursting colors, textual calligraphic gestures, and form. Wow, that's a mouthful. Let's give it up for Vanessa Solari Espinosa. Is that everybody?
Excuse me?
Okay, we got everybody up there. DJ, let's get something ready to go. Is the clock ready to go? We have it at 20 minutes. Can you raise your hands, artists? Let me know if you're ready. Round one, artists. Are you ready to go? Looks like they need to wait for a second. Audience, are you ready to egg these guys on? Give them some love? Let's go, guys. Here we go, guys. Let's get ready to art battle in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Art battle, round one. Here we go.
All right, we have just started round number 1 of the Art Battle San Francisco City Championships.
All right, welcome everyone. This is the first event of our National Championship Series, and we are so excited to be here coming to you live tonight from San Francisco. We're at the Great Northern, and we have 12 event winners and all-stars ready to compete here, trying to win a spot at the U.S. National Championship.
Oh man, I'm excited. I know both of us were checking out the artists for tonight, and we've seen them painting throughout the season, and they are beyond amazing.
This is going to be an absolutely fantastic night for live art. We are going to see these easels absolutely rocked by these painters tonight. And
check out what June's got going on the easel already. Like, so quickly he's established this drawing. So fast already. And the way that June works, he just builds and builds and builds. And his pieces are always absolutely stunning. No surprise there. And here we are with Agana at easel number 5, and we've got some spray paint action going down. Oh, I hope that's water-based spray paint. I know that it is, but a very cool and interesting way to get a lot of coverage on your canvas really early. Yeah, super early, very opaque, and definitely looking water-based. I literally have those cans beside me right now in my studio. Yeah. And painting the sides. We have the nice gallery stretch canvases here tonight for the final. So these pieces are going to be absolutely stunning and totally ready to take home in the silent auction. Oh, I love when an artist does the sides right off the bat. I just feel like that's a marker of them taking it so seriously. Absolutely. You know, they're thinking about the full unfinished piece and that they have a serious plan when they do that is such a pro move. And we've got so much of this piece established already from Agana. Looking forward to swinging back around and seeing what's up there. Okay. Yijin is someone that I know both of us were very, very excited to see in the finals here. Oh, yeah. We love to watch Yijin paint. She does such an amazing job and often pulls off some pretty cool dance moves while she's painting too. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. And we also often are seeing these kind of circular compositions from her, which is something that I always find really interesting because I think it's a much more challenging compositional technique and looks like we're getting some of that roundness introduced here. Yeah, and often we've seen her with a circular composition in the middle and leaving blank space on the outside of the canvas. Now, she has filled in the top half of the canvas, but we'll see what she does with the bottom half. And even just looking at the way that she's holding the brush, she's getting all of these just gorgeous loose strokes, and literally in 5 strokes, she just created a collar and shoulders. I know. It's really good. I was just thinking about how just so perfect that looks. I mean, that person is really real and so dimensional already. In 4 minutes. Wild. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Who are we with here?
I believe that this is Jason Wozniak, who actually painted in the Nationals last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did. He was the holdover winner from the championship before COVID and earned his spot in the national championships last year. So
you're defending.
Yeah, no stranger to these finals events, and he is definitely going with some sort of octopus squid thing here. So it'll be interesting to see how this one fills out.
And he always kind of goes into this surrealist, like dark, lowbrow aesthetic that I really like. And I feel like this octopus is going to keep getting more illustrative and start leaning into that kind of character space.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that one evolves. He's got a lot done there early on as well.
And I believe this is Hashem, who we've seen paint at many an art battle. This is his 11th battle, which is so cool.
A lot of experience, and he almost always gets to the final round. That's why he is here in the championship event. He has just been a serious competitor at the easel all season long, and we're going to see something, and always a different painting from him, never the same painting twice. So we're going to see something interesting from him here tonight.
Yeah, I totally thought that he was going to go portrait, but I'm not quite sure how this piece is taking shape quite yet. Is it going to be figurative? Is it going to be landscape?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's hard to tell what exactly he is working on there, but that's with art battle paintings, some of them you can tell right away what the final painting is going to look like, and sometimes you have to wait and see as the artist creates in many different layers, and both approaches can be successful.
And here we are with Melissa, and whoa, this is jumping off already. Look at this color combo.
Love this color combo. I gotta say, one of my favorites for sure. The orange and the blue. I think this is looks like a bit of a hand here, but she's going for something totally different to what the other painters are doing.
I love the luminous quality that's coming from the orange of the hand that she's created. She's really using the white of the canvas to shine through that, because this is a very translucent paint application so far, and it's getting that luminosity.
Yeah. Very cool. It'll be really interesting to see how she fills this out. What is she going to add to this piece that's going to make it pop even more?
The tendrils that are just kind of interplaying between the fingers too, I think are going to be a great directional tool for the way that the eye moves around the canvas.
Absolutely.
And back with June here. And we've got a lot of interest going on in this kind of headdress that his character has acquired.
Oh, yeah. Now look at that. It's got a bird in the headdress of this figure. One thing that June always does is he puts, there's so much different color going on in the faces of his characters, yet it works so well.
Oh, absolutely. There's totally this kind of Fauvist influence going on with all of these different colors in unexpected places. And I always really love how even his shadows take on color. And he really is using this compartmentalizing technique to express all of the planes of the face.
Yeah. It's always a beautiful thing to watch, and June never disappoints, and his pieces have done exceptionally well in the auction, so expect to see high bidding on his work here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And for anyone who is just joining us on the stream, you can view the auction and participate in the auction at artbattle.com/AB2439, the link that is on our screen, and voting is now open for this round. You can cast your vote already.
Oh, I don't know if I can. I gotta wait and see how these pieces turn out. I think that most people probably wait till the end of the round, but voting is open and also the auction is open. So we are going to start seeing some bids on these pieces. To note, we have a totally full house here tonight. The Great Northern is totally sold out for this event. We've got about 400 people in the audience, so we can expect to see really exciting auction as these championship caliber pieces develop in front of this capacity crowd.
And check out the beautiful gradients that Agana is achieving with this Flaming Heart piece. We have just this very soft blend of highlight at the top of the heart.
Yeah. Very cool. That fire, that the flame is coming out there has been done exceptionally well. And it really leaps off.
Oh, absolutely. I really like that it's maintaining a graphic quality, but then there's softness in the shading techniques that we have here. Okay, back with you, June. This piece is just evolving in such a gorgeous way. I feel like Yujun is giving us some really great subtleties here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. She really knows how to bring a piece to life and make it both realistic and very exciting too.
Oh, and we're even just seeing her just adding in Iris now.
Just perfect. Just so good. We are under the 10-minute mark, so more than half of this round has elapsed, and we have about 9 minutes left. Will be interesting to see what she does on the top part here with this this red sort of halo, and she's going to add, I don't know what, crown of flowers, birds. It could be anything.
I'm really enjoying that the red and the pink are in the same color family. It's creating a harmony, but there's just enough tension between those two colors to create that separation.
Yeah. Here we're back with Jason. He's been working on the features of this octopus and the shading in here. Doing a good job, and he is feeling the music too. I see a little bit of bopping going on here.
And I love this glow that's happening coming from the back. It's a really intelligent way to express a light source. We're not used to seeing light sources coming from the back or from the side quite like that.
Yeah, very interesting for sure. Very cool. And now I don't think that octopuses have mouths, so it'll be interesting to see what he does with the lower part of the face here, but he's definitely got a solid plan.
And we can see that he's doing this technique where he's rubbing away the paint, I believe. Either that or he's holding a pastel. Oh, yes, he's holding a pastel.
He's holding a pastel, but he was in there before with a rag. When he put those eyes in, he was working on the shading with a rag.
And Hashem's piece is revealing itself.
Oh, yes, look at that. So subtle.
Yeah, so subtle and just ethereal as well. That it almost looks like his figure is taking a breath. And I'm assuming that we're going to get some definition within the profile of the face. But at this point, I almost like it loose like this with just the features floating.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, looking at there he is in the camera. Everybody's having such a great time here. That's so cool. But he is painting this. He painted the other side of the canvas, and I was just hoping that he was going to get around to this side. And we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, coming together beautifully. I love the movement.
Mm-hmm. This canvas is ready for a burst of color somewhere, I think.
Just like a hit of yellow, maybe.
Yeah. Or, I mean, even a cerulean would really pop there.
And we're getting this super careful shading being added in here now. It looks like we're getting a little bit of cross-hatching happening with some Sharpie going over top of the black paint in the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Really just getting into those subtle techniques.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, look at this piece.
Oh, man. Melissa, just killing it. And she actually just came off of doing a 30 by 30 challenge in January for a gallery that she had to paint 30 pieces in 30 days. So it's no surprise to me here that Melissa is bringing the absolute best of her A game.
Oh, absolutely. She is all warmed up and ready to go. You can really tell when an artist is deep and current in their practice because their brushstrokes and their sense of composition just flies so much more easily.
And there's something that I love about her work, that she is able to balance opacity and translucence in such a great way. She's an artist that works with watercolor and gouache, so she often is used to working with super opaque and then super translucent, and we can really see her usage of that here.
Yeah, she's got so many different sort of techniques going on and different little visual tricks with this piece, and it is really popping. It's really beautiful. I think that piece is going to do really well at the auction too.
Me too. And speaking of poppin', every time we come around to June's piece, there's this new element that just makes the piece even more exciting. And for me right now, I'm loving the pattern in the shirt.
That is very cool. It reminds me of a piece that you did recently, actually.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
That piece is in San Francisco, actually. But anyway, the bird is so strange. It's such a strange choice. But that's what makes this piece so much fun. June always kind of introduces just this little hit of whimsy and something that's a little bit off kilter, and it just brings the piece together.
Definitely, and I am loving the green under the eye here. It's just absolutely just so powerful.
With June's pieces, and as an artist looking at any work, I always find myself gravitating towards maybe my favorite 2-inch section of a piece. But with June's piece, there's just every single part of the image has interest. Like, you find a favorite part of this piece almost everywhere.
Absolutely. There's, as you say, there are just so many winning features to this painting. This is a really good, this piece, look at this piece here.
Clean. So clean.
So clean.
Agana really killing it with the can control here.
Yeah. So tight with the can.
And I'm wondering how she got those super tight lines with that highlight. She must be using, we can see it here. She's got what looks like a squeegee, and I'm assuming that she's using that to spray against to get those clean lines.
Very, very cool piece. I mean, it just, the flame here really pops in the same way that Melissa's hand does. Been sort of in the same color combination. There you go. There you go. The straight lines.
Oh, that's what I wanted.
This piece is good.
It's so funny. We're both getting that same moment of satisfaction watching Agana do this. I can only think of how the audience must be responding to this in person.
Absolutely. Oh man, we're focusing on the paintings here, so it's difficult for us to see the audience. But one of the most amazing things about being at Art Battle is watching, especially at a crowded event, watching how the audience is moving around, who is transfixed by what painting. Sometimes an artist just captures a big swath of the audience, and they're just transfixed by watching them paint. So always cool to see that. But we are getting a close-up view of the paintings, which will be a little harder to get when with a super crowded venue like we have tonight. But this piece here, I'm loving the color on this piece. Just under a minute left now. We are in the final stretch. This can be the make or break time. All of these paintings are pretty much completely established, so I don't think we're going to see anyone changing directions, but what you do in this last minute can definitely make your piece, or if you overpaint it, it can take away some of the good that you've laid down.
I know, it's so challenging in those last few minutes. I'm so transfixed by Yijun and the bag of the eye and the little pop of blush that's going on. Oh, I love it. We are about to get our countdown, I believe.
4, 3, 2, 1, art Congratulations, round 1 artists in the finals. Okay, audience, now it's your turn. Open up those phones. Start making sure you vote. The bidding will come up real soon, so make sure you put some bids on this amazing artwork. Support local art. Some of the funds go back to the artists, some of the funds go back to Art Battle. Okay, voting is a go. So get started. Artists, if you can please bring back your brushes, your paints, all that stuff, that would be great. Round 2 artists come from the back. We'll get started with round 2 in about 10 or 15 minutes. Voting.
Wow.
All right.
What a round. What a round.
Really, which is the first round of our national championship tournament. This is the San Francisco City Finals. The winner here tonight will be going to Daytona Beach, Florida to compete in the Art Battle National Championship. And we are seeing it really so spectacularly laid down by these 6 painters here in the first round. They have left nothing to spare here. They've spared nothing as they have really come out with 6 amazing paintings. Oh, it is such a pleasure to watch these championship events, and the voting is going to be absolutely wild.
Oh yeah, these artists have totally laid it all out on the canvas. No brushstroke spared. Everyone just absolutely slayed that 20-minute round. And now comes the very difficult job of choosing our favorite artists to move on. And you can vote at artbattle.com/AB2439. And you can also participate in the auction, which I'm sure is going to be very exciting tonight as well.
The auction is going to be great. We have some really fun auctions at our San Francisco events. And tonight I think is going to be off the hook because these pieces are so fantastic. These audience members have got to be thinking that they want to see these paintings hanging on their walls at home, and why wouldn't they? They are absolutely fantastic.
Any favorites from this round, Chris?
Well, I think that June is definitely a top contender. His pieces is just so interesting. He got like so much done. It's hard to believe that his painting was done in 20 minutes with just the amount of variation that he's got going on there, and the beauty of the piece. I think that one is a contender. I think that Melissa's piece is really stunning and is going to capture a lot of votes. I think voting is going to be tight, and we won't find out the winners of this first round until after the second round. We will be announcing, or they will be announcing, the winners of the first round and the winners of the second round at the same time, so that the 4 moving through to the final round have the same amount of time to prepare. So we are going to be standing by after the second round to see who's going through to the final. Get your votes in there now too, and get your bids in. These paintings will be shipped to you if you are the winning bidder. So don't be shy. Take one of these pieces home.
Amazing. We will be back in just a few minutes for round number 2. Another super exciting round full of heavy hitting artists. So stay tuned. Round number 2 coming up very shortly.
I think it's really wonderful. If you bid on her work tonight, she's going to donate it all to the survival effort and the recovery effort in Turkey. Give it up for Mona. Please support that. That's a great cause. Thank you so much for doing that, Mona. It's really brilliant and it's beautiful. Make sure, not if you vote for her, but if you bid on her work. That's what's going on there. This next artist is a muralist. He's comic book booker as well as a makeup and fashion professor. He's fantastic. He's a really nice guy too. Give it up for Diego Gomez. Where you at, Diego? All right. Somewhere. There he is. Make room for Diego. Yes, vodka soda every 20 minutes. Keep playing. Okay, this lovely artist enjoys a multidisciplinary artist, originally based out of Chicago. She's been here many times, 1 million times. Let's give it up for Oksana Belka. Do we got some Oksana fans out there? I know you usually do. Where you at, Oksana? There she is! She actually gets extra points for dancing. She always throws down. Look at that. Yes, good energy. Our next artist is an aspiring character designer for children's TV. She loves to paint landscapes, still life portraits. Her art is colorful, fun, and detailed. Let's give it up for Cassie. Cassie Bilbao. Where you at, Cassie? Raise your hand. I can't see you. Here she comes. Watch yourself. You're going to get paint on your ass. Yes. Cassie's going to throw it down tonight. Our last artist right here is a muralist who focuses on social and environmental issues. Politics, identity, vulnerability, let's give it up for Anthony Jimenez. Oh, Anthony's got some fans tonight. All right. Now, let's begin round two. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our battle round two.
Okay, go.
All right, here we go for round number 2 in San Francisco, the City Championships. Round 2 features 6 Art Battle San Francisco winners and a couple of all-stars from our events here this season. And we had an amazing round number 1. I can't wait to see what we see here in round number 2.
Oh, absolutely. The art in our first round just blew me out of the water. And so I'm just filled with anticipation to see what will be revealed on the canvas in round number 2. Right now we are checking out Anthony, and Anthony was our San Francisco winner last year who painted in nationals.
That's right. He is the defending champion here, the 2022 Art Battle San Francisco City Champ, Anthony, and he did an amazing job at nationals too. So going to be interesting to see if he is able to pull out another victory here, defend his title, and go back to the national championship.
Oh, wow. This is intense right off of the bat. I think that this is Mona, and what is going on here? We've got some canvas destruction happening.
Oh, yeah. Interesting way to start here. Some total slice down the center. She's got a needle and thread, and she is getting in here. It is sewing battle at the easel with Mona Faroki.
This is cool. We've seen some canvas destruction techniques in competition before, but I don't think we've ever seen something so visceral right off the bat.
No, especially not in a championship event. That's something that we see sometimes in the regular season, but bringing this extremely bold approach to the finals, this is very exciting.
Yeah, and it's a huge hole as well. So interesting. I can't wait to see how she deals with that challenge and how she incorporates it as a compositional element. And here we are with Jess Bolt, and Jess has got a lot of tape laid down so far.
All right, awesome.
With 16 minutes on the clock, our on-stream timer has paused, but I've got one running and we'll keep you guys updated. Do not worry about that. Okay, Oksana now. And Oksana, I think, was our most recent winner in January.
Yeah, that's right. Oksana was the winner of our sold-out January event. This is the second event in a row that we have been totally sold out here in San Francisco. So really exciting times for live art on the coast here. And Oksana, fresh off her victory, looks to pull off 2 in a row, get the national championship. And I absolutely love her outfit.
Oh, me too. And brave to be painting with flowing sleeves. I worry about her dipping them in the paint. But check out this abstracted figure that we've got going on right now. I'm kind of seeing this arched torso and legs.
Yeah, and the very interesting, very cool. We're going to see some black line work on there maybe as we get going, but a really cool piece, and as we say, really awesome outfit, very bold.
Okay, here we are with Cassie Philpott, and wow, this is a huge amount of painting that has happened in the last 5 minutes.
Absolutely. This piece looks like it's almost finished here. We have seen a painting similar to this before at Art Battle, this koi in the pond here. Very, very cool, very colorful, a great way to use a lot of fanciful color, and obviously the fish swimming gives a great flowing composition.
My favorite component of this that we've seen so far is Cassie is using her finger to blend out some of these lines, and we're getting this really, really soft edge all across the fish, all on the outer edge, and it's just really helping to communicate that submerged effect.
Yeah. Very cool. We didn't see her laying down these fish. I don't know if she used brushes or if she's been using her fingers the whole time, but looking really good so far.
And here we are with Diego Gomez. And Diego often goes dark and a little ominous, so I'm really excited to see this fun pop culture take from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Miss Piggy. And
Miss
again,
Piggy and some.
And then some. A lot of painting completed in a short amount of time here.
Yeah, this is like Miss Piggy Monroe. I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that that's going to communicate to the crowd really nicely as well.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting piece. It'd be interesting to see what he's got a lot of it finished here. See what he does with the rest of his time, if he's able to tighten this up. Oh, he's working so fast. Such a fast painter.
Yeah, these guys are really going hyperspeed in this round. We have 12 minutes remaining on the clock, and I feel like so many of these paintings that we've seen so far are very close to completion. They're almost doing double time.
Yeah, absolutely. They have completed a lot of fast action here, but that is the name of the game. This is a speed painting competition after all, so being able to paint fast is the requirement that you need for the job.
And speaking of fast painters, our previous champ Anthony is getting through this portrait very quickly as well, but also carefully. We can tell that he's an experienced art battle artist because he's building this piece or building the painting piece by piece, element by element. And right now it looks like he's working into the midtones of this portrait. Yes,
and something we've seen from Anthony before is putting in his background at the end as opposed to at the beginning. And I'm sure we're going to see that from him again here tonight.
that's something that I really, really like. I feel like it just gives it that wow factor right at the end. He spends all of this time rendering the figure, and then you're left wondering what he's going to be doing with the negative space around it. And then he adds in that contrast, and it just makes everything come together so quickly.
Yeah, he's a master of that for sure.
We are approaching the 10-minute mark and are officially halfway through our second round of the Art Battle San Francisco City Championship.
Very exciting. And speaking of exciting things, our auction for the first round is off to a really good start. The high bid right now is $450 on Melissa's amazing painting from the first round. June's painting is also well over $300 too. And there's action on all of the paintings right now. So
very nice.
Very exciting auction. And here we are with Mona.
Okay. So we're definitely seeing how this piece is coming together. And this is totally outside of anything I think that we've seen at Art Battle before. The usage of this string down the middle is very cool.
Yeah, really interesting. It's going to be. I mean, she's painting very fast here now, but she's got she does have a long way to go to get a complete piece done by the end of this round. So it would be interesting. You know, I often wish that we had a stationary camera on each of the painters so that we could go back after and watch each painting going from through all of the stages. But as we go around the easels, of course, we see the paintings have evolved as we've been away. So going to be very cool to see how this piece ends up.
And she's definitely really utilized the initial destruction of the canvas fully within the composition. I was wondering how important that element was going to be to the overall piece, and I love that she's used it as the focal point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Back with Jess Bolt here, and we are just getting a gorgeous portrait here with lots of flowing movement of that hair kind of coming around the shoulder.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what she's going to do with the bottom space here that she's got totally taped off. Is she going to pull that and then retape and put a solid color down there? Is she going to leave it? Is she going to leave it white? Very interesting, but I really love the different approaches that we see.
I feel like I know what it is. I don't know if it's too early to give it away. What the tape element is.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Let's just watch.
What is she doing now? I think that we're getting some glue, maybe? Okay, so Jess is going to be adding in some collaged elements as well.
Oh, very interesting.
And we can see that the collage pieces that she's using also have this kind of creamy color. So they're going to be working in harmony with the wash of the background color that she's put down for this portrait as well.
It's so intense to be pulling off these kind of moves in the 20-minute time space. It's just so intense.
Oh yeah, I love that these guys are bringing their A game, but they're also not afraid to take risks. I feel like everybody is just absolutely going for it right now.
Yeah.
Back with Oksana here, and we're really seeing her leading into that kind of psychedelic space that her work can sometimes inhibit.
Oh, here we go with the black line work, as I was mentioning on our first time around that we were going to see here, and it's really working, and I just love the palette here.
And I love the way that she creates these lines too. They have this wonderful curving quality and varying in thickness as she's dragging the line, and it's just so stylistically her.
Yeah.
I'm really
Really cool.
enjoying these hits of yellow against that like periwinkle blue purple.
Yeah, I'm loving the yellow purple combination, and um, a very interesting use of sort of, I would call that a dangerous green color.
Oh, totally. It's that color can be a bit of a curveball because it's so easy to muddy up, and it's a color that doesn't often harmonize with other colors that easily, and I feel like she's using it uh, with good impact.
Yeah.
So Cassie has really leaned into the textural components of this piece for sure.
Hmm. I mean, this is a really beautiful piece for sure. Someone who owns a restaurant is going to buy this piece.
And I'm really enjoying the different lilies in each of the corners and how each of them are kind of taking up a different amount of space. It allows balance within the piece, but not to the point of being overly symmetrical.
Yeah, it would be really nice to see the sides painted here with the gallery strip canvas. They really begs for the sides to be painted, I think.
And we have just about 5 minutes remaining on the clock for Cassie to do that if she decides to go into that finishing touch. It looks like she's quite far into the completion of this painting. Like, it doesn't look like she has too much more to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get that finishing moment from her of just knocking out those white sides.
Yeah, black edges would look so cool on that piece.
Okay, heading back to Diego and our sexy Miss Piggy here.
Oh yeah, since he paints so quickly, he's put her in this neon green jumpsuit, which is a really interesting choice, and it's really striking, actually.
And the color choices in the background too, just setting off that green as well. I feel like Diego has chosen his colors really carefully here and is just really able to balance that sense of vibrancy.
Yeah, and we see that the auction bids are coming in here on the second round. The second round is open for voting and for auction already. And we see there's been a bid here on Diego's, and there is a little bit of a bidding war going on Mona's piece right now.
Very nice, very nice. And you can vote at artbattle.com/AB2439 at the link that is on the screen, and that's also where you can participate in the auction. You don't need to be in the room. We will ship these pieces to you.
Absolutely, and if you're watching, it is very important to cast your vote. I know that we have a big crowd in the room, and you might think that your vote doesn't count for anything, but these pieces are all so good. These artists are so talented that the votes are very close, and every vote counts. So please do, if you're watching, please do get in there and cast your vote in the. You can still vote in the first round, and as soon as this round is done, get your vote in on the second round. As we're going to be counting them all, and it's going to be very close.
Oh man, the finishing work that Anthony is doing in this piece is stellar. We're getting that high contrast moment that we were looking for in the background, and it's just coming together so wonderfully.
He did the face so carefully. I mean, this angle of portraiture is very difficult, and just the way that he's used the yellow and the orange with the shading there with the yellow, really stunning. And of course, we are seeing him putting in his background. He has left some space between there. I wonder what's going to happen between the figure and the background.
And we have about 90 seconds thereabouts remaining on the clock, and so Anthony doesn't have a huge amount of time to finish up in the background here, but
No, he doesn't.
but we're definitely getting that moment of contrast. And actually now I can see that the contrasting color in the background is not quite black. It's this gorgeous inky blue, and that's just bouncing off of the orange so nicely. Back with Mona here in our exceptionally decorative and evocative piece here.
For sure. I mean, this piece has been so carefully conceptually done. It's almost looked like she used some sort of medium to build up texture there.
Yeah, the edging, having this kind of gilded quality is really cool. We're seeing these very traditional materials like the pearls and the gilding being applied in a very contemporary sense.
Mm-hmm. And again, we are seeing a lot of bids coming in on this piece. This piece is really catching the interest of the crowd. Matter of fact, we're getting bids about every 10 seconds on this piece right now.
Love it. There's got to be a bidding war happening in the room. I would love to see if those two people knew each other. That's always fun.
Yeah.
When friends are bidding against each other for a piece. I know that I've been in quite a few of those bidding wars, and then you lose and you go visit that painting at your friend's place.
Or shared custom.
Big round of applause for our artists. You guys fucking killed it. What? The bidding will end at the end, so we're going to open up round 2 bidding, but first we must vote for the round 2 winners, yes? So please, make sure you vote right away. Last one was a bit of a barn burner, so let's get those votes in right now. Bidding will open right away for round 2 art. It's going to be right here in front of the DJ booth, so check that out. For now, grab a taco, grab a drink. We'll be back with the results shortly.
My dad is I love that.
Okay, and we're back.
6 very interesting, very cool pieces here in the second round.
Yes, I knew that that's where this piece was going. From Jess, I definitely was thinking that it was going to end up being a Polaroid.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Love it. Lots of really tongue-in-cheek pieces this round.
Yeah, a lot, for sure.
These artists have definitely brought not only a high level of skill, but also a high level of audience engagement. And I think that quite a few of the artists here have used a little bit of humor or whimsy to really capture the audience. And I think that there's been good impact with that for sure.
Yeah, I find it really interesting to see the choices that the artists make coming into a huge finals event like this. To see, you can really tell the personality of the artist as to what they choose to put in there. Like you say, the whimsy, the just sort of an interesting, quirky approach, and you can really see the personality of the artist shining through.
That's just something that is so special about Art Battle. I feel like you get the opportunity to see the technical aspect and the birth of these paintings that are really impressive to be created in that timed setting, but you also get insight into the character and personality of the artist as well, and it's just a really unique platform.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just so incredibly heightened when there's so much on the line, like there is here tonight, with the winner is going to be flown to the national championships.
Very, very exciting stuff here. We are counting the votes. They are rolling in, and it is tight. So head over to artbattle.com/AB2439 and cast your vote. We will be back in just a few minutes for our winner announcement of the top 4 artists moving on to our final 30-minute round.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our battle final! Yes, indeed! Same deal.
And we have just begun our final round in the Art Battle San Francisco City Championship. It's a big deal over here.
It is a big deal indeed. The winner tonight gets flown to Daytona Beach in Florida to compete at Daytona 1 for the national championship. So there is so much on the line here tonight.
Oh man, it's going to be a totally stiff competition. The level of intensity, the addition of the 10 minutes in the final round, and the added challenge of the black canvas, it's crazy.
I'm so excited to see these painters paint again. You know, the way that I often cast my vote is for the painter who has intrigued me so much that I want to see them paint again. And certainly we have those 4 here in the final.
Oh, definitely. I know that we've all been really excited to see what the second painting of these artists will hold. And Melissa here going for a completely different approach. We have a full figure being drawn on the canvas right now in this very stark light pink, and the contrast is just already there, and the establishment of the proportions of the body is going very well at this point as well. Moving over to June, and June is exactly as expected in the first 2 minutes with this full drawing of a portrait already on the canvas. He is so fast. And we're also getting this hit of color already right off the bat with these blue lips and a red nose. I love it.
So cool. I mean, the way that his pieces are constructed, this black canvas has had so much to it.
He has such a high level of opacity in the paint that he's putting down right now, but he's using the black canvas so well to make everything pop, and he's dragging his brush just enough to let some of that black shine through in a way that communicates shading really beautifully.
Yeah, he's an absolute master.
And here we are with Mona. I know that we all have been very interested to see what Mona would do if she got to the final round. Definitely a competitor who put on an extremely strong performance in their qualifying round, and can't wait for more surprises from Mona.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what she does here, and she's got 30 minutes, so she's starting a little slower than the others, but she's got enough time to make this magical.
I think that we're going to be seeing maybe more of an illustrative approach from Mona in this round. We can see right now that she's brought some paint markers, and we're getting a smaller drawing in the top portion of the canvas. I think maybe a rabbit head.
It does look like that.
And I believe that Mona painted a rabbit previously, I think, in an art battle before.
Interesting. I wonder if she was. I wonder if she planned 2 paintings, or if she's falling back on something that she knows she can do.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of a wild experience to hear your name being called to go into the finals, because you've created your best painting already, and now you're being called up to do it all over again.
And you have to do better than you did the first one.
Wild. It's a crazy game, this art battle.
It's a crazy game. We're seeing the same composition, basically, from Anthony here.
And we're getting an opposite color family and a slightly different pose, a little bit more of the back showing, and still very much embracing the curves of the shoulders and leaning into that profile there.
Yeah, I'm loving the blue on the black. Definitely a great way to use that canvas. I wonder how the audience is going to react to this. You know, sometimes the audience likes to see two very different paintings over the course of an art battle, so it'll be interesting to see how they react.
And the luminosity that he's getting from that blue into the white there is really cool as well. And we're again seeing this technique of the black coming through the paint just enough to kind of get that gradient established.
This piece is going to turn out really beautifully.
We're definitely
getting all this time on the clock. It's going to be great.
And we're definitely getting that sense of movement from Melissa's piece here as well. We can really sense the feeling of weight in the front foot and how this character is moving through space. And even with the hands down by their side, kind of splayed off, it feels very light.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have these little wings coming off of this character now. That's so cool. And we're getting the flowing of the hair mimicking the wings as well. And also to continue emphasizing that directionality that the character is moving forward in space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of time left on the clock. You can get a lot of detail done if you're a fast painter in 30 minutes.
And more rabbits in this round as well. We have a couple of impressions of little rabbits kind of running through the legs of our figure.
Oh yeah, I didn't see those. That's very cool.
Back over with June now. Wow, he's so fast. He's so fast.
Yeah, he's such a fast painter. I think that, I think he's a top contender here of these four in the final round. His, he never misses, and he's got such an incredible style, and it really speaks to the audience.
Something I'm really enjoying about this piece is that we can see that black line around the shoulder, and that's actually just the canvas peeking through, because he had initially drawn out this figure with white, so he's just nudged his background color up just enough and is actually using the black background to create that illusion of drawing there.
Yeah. He is such a practiced artist. I mean, he knows exactly what to do and how to use the time, how to get what he needs from the paint. It's just a pleasure to watch him.
And these points of highly saturated color in the nose, everything's just it's just setting each other off. He always knows how to set off different parts of the painting. He just has such an ability to kind of make those assessments. Back with Mona here, and this piece is becoming quite narrative and very
absolutely
complicated.
I want to see that. I want to see a lot of complication here.
And we're getting all of these super specific lines. We have a bunny or a rabbit man in a suit, I think either dancing or carrying a female figure.
I think they're dancing. I think they're dancing.
This is so cool and strange. And I think that is a strength of Mona's to do something that's unexpected.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what is popping off of the side here. The side of the body of the rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Such careful and specific line work there.
Yeah.
So
careful. A lot of time to go. We got 10 minutes gone now, so we're down to the usual 20 minutes left.
And these guys have definitely taken advantage of that extra gifted 10 minutes. Anthony, I'm really digging this compositional element of the frame within the painting. I always find that little bit of a meta edge when artists do that, and it's just something that makes a painting sing for me.
Yeah, and he's gone right outside to the sides of the canvas. He's the only one that's done that here in the final round. These are regular stretch, not gallery, and I think that's what's available in the black canvases. And so we're seeing him use all of the space here.
And so many of our artists in this round are using very specific line work and relying less on filling more space. Because I feel like they think that they can be more sparing because the black is so much already.
That's right. It sort of comes complete.
Which almost becomes its own challenge because you're kind of working within the frame of mind of treating it as a complicated performance piece that you want to show off your skill, but also feeling like you might have to lean into more of a minimalist space because you're working on this black canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And we're definitely seeing Anthony using more of that minimalist technique here. I'm wondering whether or not he's going to go more into the figure, but the line work is very effective right now.
It is very effective, but we're going to see more from him now. Oh, I really like this piece. Look, I want a close up of the face. There's so much shading and detail done there within such a small space.
Oh, epic. The way that we're farther away, but we can also understand that we can see the shadow coming from underneath the bangs of the hair, and that's casting just down to the nose. Like, these are such subtle techniques being used on a small figure, so you would think that they wouldn't have as much impact as they do, but they're really communicating and just singing off of this canvas right now.
Absolutely. And with more than half of the time remaining, it's only going to get better.
And I can't wait to see more of the story of these little bunnies here as well.
Yeah, interesting to have two sets of bunnies in this final round. Year of the Rabbit.
Year of the Rabbit. And something that I also really like about Melissa's piece here is the subtle variation in tones into the shadows of the back leg, that being so much more warm, and then just getting that little hit of highlight on the back of the shin.
Yeah. Really well done.
Coming back around to June. Ugh, those yellow eyebrows just sing for me.
Yeah.
And he's knocked out most of the red nose that I was really excited about, but I know that he's going to bring back saturation as the round goes forward.
For sure. Yeah, he's got time and he's going to do that. I feel like this very light bluish white surrounding the star and the flower on the other side. I feel like he's going to do something else with that face right now. That's the part of this painting that's standing out for me right now is needing to be finished.
I agree. I think actually that's probably a technique-driven base. Now that you're pointing it out, I'm thinking that he's probably laid down that white to get dry and to layer over top of.
Yeah, I think so.
I love how big this hand is on the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I also really enjoy about June's way of painting is that he often will choose a figure or a part of the figure to overemphasize. And for me, it's the giantness of the hand being a little bit off and unexpected that I really just enjoy so much. Oh, cool. We're getting, now we're getting some additions here from Mona. So the answer is yes, she definitely planned the second painting.
You definitely did.
This is cool. We've got feathers going onto the canvas right now to express our dancer's dress. Very, very cool.
Yeah. A really stunning piece.
And the weird... Go ahead.
I was going to say that, she definitely planned this piece and came prepared. And I think that they were advised ahead of time that the final round canvas was going to be black.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of paint markers with high opacity. I think that Melissa has probably brought some paints as well because we're seeing just really, really high levels of saturation that I don't think that we would get out of the usual acrylic selection.
Yeah.
But even just the way that Mona is layering these feathers, she's tucking them underneath so that we're getting this rippled, ruffled effect.
Yeah. Using your time very well here. She definitely planned this out to be a 30-minute piece. If this is a 20-minute round, she would be out of time, but she, as it is, she has enough time to complete. As you can see in a reference there, the dress comes right down to the bottom.
Oh, I didn't even realize that she has the reference, but there it is. Yeah, the high level of saturated color here, combined with the texture of the feathers, combined with that being an unexpected element, I think is going to be something that's really engaging for the audience.
Yeah, I think so too. A very cool piece.
Moving back over to Anthony here, and we can see that he's continuing to hone his figure.
Anthony has spent so much time on this blue fiery hair.
We're getting almost like wisps of smoke coming off of it now.
Mm-hmm.
And as we look closer into the hair, we can see where he's started to layer in those highlights as well. And it has that kind of... It has that fiery effect where you're getting small variances of that pop of glow coming through.
Yeah. Well, he's, as we've seen from him before, he is really good at filling in the broader details quickly at the end, and that is going to be what we're going to see here. He's left so much here of the canvas, and the figure still needs to be done, but we have seen him work in this fashion before, and he knows what he's doing, and there will be so much more to this painting by the time we're finished.
And we have just about 10 minutes remaining on the clock for our third and final round of the Art Battle San Francisco City Championship. Voting is now open. Go to artbattle.com/AB2439 to cast your vote and also to participate in the auction. Ooh, look at this fan brush action from Melissa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's bringing in this organic moment where we have tighter details happening in the figure, and then that organic movement and brushwork happening with this fan brush that she's doing right now. It's creating this really wonderful stylistic contrast.
So glad we were able to see this particular brushstroke. So satisfying.
Oh, I know. And she just is so...
Oh, perfect.
I know, that moment. That moment where she picked it up to go behind the leg, and
Yeah.
it still maintained that same brush pattern. So satisfying.
So satisfying.
Oh my gosh. I love this. And the strokes that she's doing here are also serving to kind of create this environmental distance within the piece.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely getting more of a sense of space. Where when the figure was just existing on the black, it was more flat and illustrative, but now we have more of a presence happening.
I love that black on black depth that she's given between the arm and the body there. It makes the piece totally look like the figure is floating out in front of the canvas.
Oh, totally. That's such a great detail to point out. Okay, back with June, and
he did fill in over top of that white around the star and the flower.
Yes, and it's looking so great. I love that. What was it that you called that green? Danger green?
Dangerous green.
So the dangerous green that often doesn't play well with other colors is being used as this kind of tension point between the yellow and the red, and I'm just really digging that.
Yeah.
And we're getting more emphasis into this big hand that I love.
For sure. Not an accident. Very intentional.
And as we're moving through the creation of this painting, I feel like we're also getting more of a sense of the expression of the figure. And there's a sense of calm there for me.
Oh, definitely.
And the hand on the chest is a pretty emotional gesture.
It's a very emotional gesture. And there's not as much color in the face as we usually see from him. He's got some time left. I wonder if we're going to see highlights in there.
Yeah, like a little pop on the cheekbone, perhaps.
Yeah, something like that.
6.5 minutes remaining, and I feel like all of these guys have really used the time to their advantage. I'm not seeing anyone feeling frantic at all. Everybody just seems very into it, in focus, committed.
Yeah. They're all extremely focused. Just the amount of sheer experience that it takes to be able to create an amazing painting like this in just 20 or 30 minutes is amazing. I mean, these paintings don't take 20 minutes. They take 10 years and 20 minutes.
That's such a great point. These guys have been honing not only their technical skill, but their style and ability to express ideas for so long. And they have to distill all of that into this timed arena. And we're really getting the opportunity to see how the best of the best do it in these San Francisco championships.
Yeah. Totally breaching expectations here tonight. We've seen such incredible work. And now these artists at the easel for the second time in the evening, doing a second piece. I mean, this is more than you would complete in a week.
And even just the physical stamina to create in this way. Also, let's not forget that this live competitive painting is a very physical act as well.
Yeah, it is a very physical act. And interesting to see that on this last painting that we were just looking at, is that Mona?
Yes.
That she has a sketch, which a reference, which is a piece that she painted as a reference, and now she's recreating it, but she is making changes. She is not photocopying it. She is using that as her baseline, and she is making changes on the fly on the canvas. Very cool to see that.
Yeah, that's something that I always love to see when an artist brings a reference as well, is how does the painting translate from the reference? Because you can see where the starting point is, and you literally get that creative brain translation and it up on the canvas. It's always a really cool insight into how an artist's brain works.
Mm-hmm.
And getting some moments of highlight emphasizing the bone structure in the back of this figure now. We can see that Anthony has chosen to emphasize that kind of back shoulder blade. We're getting a little bit of highlight expressing the light source coming onto the back as well.
Yeah, he has spent so long up on that same section of the canvas.
And 3 minutes remaining on the clock in our final round. Wow, this piece by Melissa is just blowing me away. It's so epic.
Yeah, it really is.
The splaying of the fingers in the backhand is so wonderful too. It's these kind of minute gestures that she's able to capture that I really appreciate.
There is such exquisite detail, and she is working on putting even more in there on this tiny little face of this figure.
And this level of detail for painting has got to be really, really difficult to do standing. Like, you have to have your hand so steady, and you need to be so close to the canvas, and you can't really rest your hand on the canvas because it could potentially mess everything up. And she's just done such a careful application technique here, and I just, it's the best. It's the best. Back with June here. And we can see that he's turned his star into a purple flower now.
Yeah. Something I think a decision made on the fly as he is assessing his piece, really creating it. No reference photos for June. Just all of this coming right out of the moment.
I really like the way that he's used that soft green to create points of emphasis. Like, we have a little bit of that green underneath the pec in the chest of the character here. And there's just small harmonizing moments that he's able to capture. Oh, and now we're getting some of that saturation back into the face that we were looking for with that hit of red on the chin.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that Mona has an excellent chance here. This piece is got so much going for it. It's really interesting. It's beautiful. It's unconventional.
And such a high level of detail here as well.
Such a high level of detail. Just, you know what really makes this piece is the lapels on the rabbit's jacket.
Definitely. Oh, about to get into our
Brushes down and down. Let's hear it for these artists out here right now. Come on. Final for Northern California. All right, people, pull out your phones. Vote early, vote often. Bid on these beautiful humans art. Support local artists. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with who wins the final round for Northern California.
And we're back.
All right. 4 incredible paintings here, just blowing us away at the San Francisco City Finals. Who is going to take it, though? Who's going to win the audience vote to go to the national championship? It could be any of them. It's too close for me to call now. I don't really have a prediction. They are all so good. We're going to have to see how the votes come in, and we are starting to see bidding here on the third round. As people are getting in there to vote, they're also bidding, and the bids are coming in fast.
And the votes are also coming in fast, and we need you guys to choose your favorite artist. And the way that you're going to do that, if you're watching with us on the stream, is at the link that is on the screen right now, artbattle.com/AB2439. And you can also participate in the auction at that same link as well. But yeah, it's going to be so difficult to choose whose painting is best. These are some really epic pieces.
Really epic, really different, really, I mean, so stunning to hang on your wall at home. These pieces are going to do very well in the auction. These artists are going to see some really nice numbers coming through for them here. As we see, the bids are pouring in right now. And the votes are pouring in. So we're going to find out in about 5, 6, 7 minutes who is the champion here. It's going to take a little while for everybody to vote, but we are going to be here for the announcement of the winner. And this is our first event in the national championship tournament, the first city to have a finals event. So whoever wins here tonight is going to be the first nominated person for national championships. Oh, look at that little addition of the tattoo, and the love tattoo, and the little bird shape on there.
I'm so into it. It balances the proportions of the body, I think, also.
Yeah.
And at that same voting link, you can also click on the pieces individually and zoom as close as you want. So you can really get a sense of appreciating the texture and detail that's present in all of these works that we might not be able to capture on camera.
Yeah, you can get in there and see these pieces. That piece by Melissa is just, it really pops. Those wings are coming off the canvas.
You're so right. The that emphasis shadow just really brings everything forward. Right now we're checking out Mona's piece, the result of her 30-minute final, and this is such a thoughtfully composed piece. We have movement, we have this beautiful compositional element of the red circle behind the two dancers that just serves to help make everything pop. And then, of course, the unexpected feather component as well.
So perfectly chosen, the color of her feathers and the color of the red paint that she uses match so perfectly. She's done such an exceptional job of planning out this piece and getting the materials that she needed to make it work. I'm really impressive.
Give it up for Melissa. Melissa, you doing it? Yes, you. We love you. Go. Let's give a big round of applause for her. You nailed it. So proud of you. Congratulations. Well done. Bidding will close in 10 minutes for all the artwork, so make sure you put your bids in right now. We're going to stay and dance. Thank you so much to Ellis, as always, and Carrie. We love you so much. You guys are amazing. Next art battle, March 22nd. March 26th. Keep the bids going.
All right, our winner has been announced, and it is Melissa Sukjana.
All right. Congratulations, Melissa. You are going to the national championship.
Wow. Just massively well-deserved. Both of her pieces just completely stunning. Very, very well executed.
Absolutely. Extremely well done. Congratulations and our deepest gratitude to all four of these painters in the final round for stepping up for a second time and leaving it all on the canvas. They all did such an amazing job. It was a very tough final, and so very hard fought and well earned by Melissa, and she is going to be a contender for sure at national championship.
Oh, absolutely. And I cannot wait. I'm excited for her that she gets to go to nationals, but I'm also excited for me that I get to see her paint again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And what is she going to come up with? Because I mean, these two pieces were so different from each other. They were both so good, but they were so different. And obviously she has such a creative range. She's able to create so many different looks. And it will be amazing to see what she comes up with to try and win the national championship.
Incredible. What a night for live competitive painting. We saw the best of the best, and the best of the best of the best of the best came out on top. So congratulations to Melissa. We will see you in the nationals. And thank you so much to everyone who joined us on stream. Chris, for your amazing commentary. Art Battle co-founder Chris Pemberton, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, Morgan, for having me here. Thank you for bringing so much insight and such you're such a good study of the artists ahead of time, and you bring us such exquisite details about their work and their life, and we really appreciate that.
I appreciate you saying. I'm just an Art Battle nerd at heart. What can I say? And a huge shout out to our team on the ground in San Francisco for not only a wonderful championship event, but an epic season. So thank you so much, everyone. We will see you on the stream tomorrow for Genoa in the afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay tuned for that. And if you are an active bidder in the auction right now, that auction is going to be closing in about 10 minutes. You probably already got a notification that the auction has just at 15 minutes that the auction was closing. So stay tuned to that and to your bids. Once again, we do ship the paintings, so no worries about that. Get the painting that you want.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.